Picture this. You're in a dusty, sun-faded Ohio diner in 1960. There's the hum of a jukebox in the background. A waitress with a beehive haircut slides a coffee across the counter. You sit down, glance at the laminated menu, and notice something strange bolted to your table. A little red devil, plastic, leering, with a slot for a penny and a message that reads, "Ask me a yes or no question about your future." You laugh. Maybe you put in a coin. You ask it something harmless. Will I get that job? Is it going to rain tomorrow? Will I live a long life? Then the answer it spits out feels too specific, maybe even right. So you ask again and again. And before you know it, you're not just sitting in a booth, you're trapped in it, paralyzed by a machine that can't actually stop you, but doesn't need to, because you've stopped yourself. This is the story of Nick of Time, one of the Twilight Zone's most quietly disturbing episodes. It's not about aliens or doomsday machines, it's about something much smaller and much closer to home. The creeping anxiety that maybe, just maybe, the machine knows more than we do. The episode begins with Don and Pat Carter, newlyweds en route to New York City. Their car breaks down in Ridgeview, Ohio, and they stop at the Busy Bee Cafe to wait for repairs. Their booth has a fortune teller machine on it, the Mystic Seer. 1 penny per question. Push the lever, get an answer. Don asks if he'll get a promotion. The machine says yes, and a few minutes later, he calls his office and finds out he has. Coincidence? He asks again, about their car, about their safety. The answers grow cryptic, then specific. And when they nearly get hit by a car moments after disobeying the machine's warning, Don starts to believe. The machine knows something. Pat, his wife, is skeptical from the start. She sees what it's doing to him, how quickly he's becoming fixated. She argues that it doesn't matter if the machine is right. What matters is that they have the power to choose. That free will is real, that they're human, and they don't need to be told how to live. Eventually, she gets through to him. Don stands up, looks the machine in the eye, or the little red devil face, and says, "We're leaving." He chooses uncertainty. He chooses risk. And as they walk out, a new couple enters, older, exhausted. They take a seat, and they immediately begin asking the machine what it already seems to know they will. When can we leave? When will it be safe? Can we ever leave? And they're trapped. When this episode aired in 1960, it was about superstition. America was in a strange in-between moment. The scientific optimism of the post-war era was clashing with deep-rooted fears about fate, religion, the future. We'd harnessed nuclear power, reached toward space, and started dreaming in computers. But deep down, people still wanted a cosmic sign, a way to feel like someone or something was in control. The Mystic Seer isn't magic. It doesn't chant or glow or whisper secrets. It just implies. And that's what makes it so effective. It taps into the part of us that's desperate for certainty, even if the source is arbitrary. Rod Serling wasn't just warning us about devils and fortune tellers. He was warning us about how willingly we give up control when faced with fear. How easily we trade agency for the illusion of answers. And what's wild is that Nick of Time doesn't feel retro or outdated. In fact, it feels more relevant than ever. Because superstition has a new face now, and it looks like computation. In 2025, we don't need little red devils to predict our futures. We have algorithms. We carry them in our pockets. We ask them what to eat, where to go, who to talk to, how to invest, when to sleep, who to love, etc. We use machines to anticipate outcomes, project realities, and even tell us who we are. That thing inside Don, the compulsion to ask again, to double check to see if the next answer might be even more revealing, We feel it every time we hit refresh on social media, every time we ask ChatGPT to rephrase something, every time we Google symptoms instead of seeing a doctor. The machine doesn't have to be accurate, it just has to be confident. And the more confident it is, the more likely we are to hand over control. And that's the heart of it. Nick of Time is not a story about whether the machine is real. It's about how we respond to the illusion of certainty, the way we shape our lives around something because it might be right. In a way, we've moved past superstition and into something more dangerous, data mysticism. We think that because something is built on numbers, it must be objective. We trust recommendation engines. We trust auto-moderation. We trust AI filters, traffic routes, job match algorithms, but we forget that these systems are built by people for profit, with very specific worldviews and goals. The Mystic Seer was just a penny. Today, it costs your attention, your data, your privacy, and your hard-earned money. We pay for the illusion of certainty again and again, while rarely questioning who built the machine and why it was put on our table in the first place. And when the answers start to shape our behavior, what we buy, how we vote, what we believe, the machine doesn't need to predict the future. It creates it. Just like Dawn, we find ourselves stalling, refreshing, waiting for permission. And then there's the money. Nick of Time doesn't hit you over the head with this theme, but it's there, constantly. Each question costs a penny. Each phone call could cost a quarter. But it's not about the cost, it's about the dependency. Today, every digital service runs on a similar model. Offer just enough value to get us hooked. Make the first hit free, then drip feed relevance. Make us feel like this time the answer will be clearer. This time we'll know what to do. But like the couple at the end of the episode, some people never leave the table. They keep feeding the machine, hoping it will finally tell them what they want to hear. In a world where AI threatens to replace jobs, where platforms monetize attention, and truth itself feels negotiable, we are all in the Busy Bee Cafe. And the question is, are we Dawn and Pat, or are we the couple who came after? Nick of Time was written over 6 decades ago, but it saw all of this coming. It's not about magic. It's not even really about technology. It's about something older than both, the fear of the unknown and the comfort of certainty, even false certainty. And maybe the most human thing we can do is look that red devil in the face, push back our coffee cups and say, "We're leaving because we are humans and we can choose to leave. We can choose our own fate." If you like this breakdown, please subscribe to Plot Device for more essays about the weird intersections of myth, media, and machine. And remember, the future's not written yet. Go make it strange. Thank you.